Hello, I'm Dana Kelly. Welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. This is our special report on the Richland bond election. John Dykeman is here joining us from the Citizens Committee. It's so nice to see you, and thank you for taking time out from chairing your campaign to come and spend some time with us tonight. Now, the Richland School Board has decided to put forth a $98 million bond issue. If the Richland voters pass it, you'll get $32 million from state matching funds, which gives you about $130 million to work with. And how would you like to spend that?
We have been working on this for quite a while. We had a bond back in 2002 where we did 2 high schools, 2 elementary schools, and a middle school. And this extends off that 10 years later. So what we're going to do is build in the center of Richland. We have 3 schools called the Sisters, and they're named that way because they are sisters. They're all alike. They're 42 years old, and they need some changes. They were built to a time when we put 3 classes in one big room to teach them, and that doesn't work for a noise standpoint. So we've added walls and we've done things. They're old, the buildings fail, and they simply need replacement. We've had 3 engineering firms look at it, and they said you can't do anything with this, you can't modify or refurbish for less than 130% of what it would cost to replace. So we intend to replace these right on site, right beside the buildings that's there. We have plenty of land, and it'll be cheapest from an operating standpoint and from other things. So this is 3 of our 9 projects that we have.
And then you also want to build 2 new schools.
Right. We want to build an elementary school in South Richland. The Badger Mountain School, which is their elementary, is got 7 portables with it, and it's just overloaded. We built a new school about 7 years ago called down there, and it was overloaded immediately. We're also sending people from that area into the core schools in Richland by buses. This is wrong. So this new school will be a large elementary school. We've just purchased the land. It's being signed off as we speak, and we'll be able to build that for that school and relieve that whole area.
So they will be going in the areas where you're really seeing the growth happening.
Right, heavy growth. The other area where we're experiencing growth is for a middle school in southwest Richland. We don't have the property yet, but we're looking forward to it. We built a new middle school in Richland about 7 years ago. It was to capacity instantly. The other 2 middle schools in Richland, one is over capacity and so forth. So we are expecting in about 2017 to bring the new middle school online, and it too will be full at that point from our projections.
Now, if the voters pass this, it will become a tax bond that goes on their property taxes. And so for the average person who's got a $200,000 house, this is about $68 more per year. And what will the people really be getting for the value of that tax increase?
Okay, what they're getting literally is 5 new schools, and then we're doing some repairs, some capital repairs on other schools. For example, the heating and cooling system at Chief Joe Middle School is old. We can't buy parts for it. We have some rooms where the students and teachers have to wear gloves, coats, and so forth. And then down the hall, they're sitting there taking things off and going this way. It's just cooking them all in the same day. And they cannot teach.
Like that. I agree.
I've got a statement here from the principal. I'll just read it to you. It says, teachers and students often wear clothes and gloves to keep warm, while other rooms are overly hot. When the students are overly hot, they cannot focus on their lessons. Staff members have taught multiple days without heating and cooling, and have even had illness due to the extreme temperatures. So we need to take care of that.
Now, you mentioned that in the process of preparing to go forth with this, you've had a couple of distractions, and one was some back and forth about how people felt about Jefferson Elementary.
The bond was put together by the school board, and then the Jefferson people became aware that they were going to shut this down and use the other school. They raised some questions. These issues were resolved, and we're going to keep Jefferson as a K-5 school. We're going to replace an old section of buildings there that were done in 1953 and move forward. Now, there's some advantage to this in as much as the state legislature right now is considering requiring full-time kindergarten.
Yes.
And when they have full-time kindergarten, you don't want to bus your young kindergarten kids off to another school across the town. So this will be able to keep kindergarten in the boundaries of the neighborhood. And when they do that, we're going to have between 20 and 22 additional kindergarten rooms because this is the volume that takes place. So we need Jefferson to take care of its share at that point.
That makes sense. And then the vote is coming up February 12th, just a couple of days before Valentine's Day, so be sure and mark the calendar. And you've got a busy campaign schedule going up until that date, so what are you planning to get the voters to turn out for you?
We're really going at it this week. I'll just give it to you. We're putting our new signs out right now. We've got about 200 new signs there on their way out. We want people to write letters to the editor about this and express what's happening in their school and what's happening to them. I'm a grandparent. My kids have gone here. My grandchildren are going here. So I'm going to write a letter, too, from that standpoint. We will be getting the voter pamphlet that will be put out by the school district on the 17th. We're going to make telephone calls between the 18th and 25th. The ballots will arrive on the 25th, and we'd like people to be pretty well prepared because there's some people handle their ballot once and go. We're going to put some door hangers out on the 26th, and these door hangers will explain everything and remind people of what's going on. They'll also have a little kicker on it. We've got 2 merchants that are providing coupons.
Oh, that's nice.
Dairy Queen is providing free Blizzard if you buy one, and the Greek Isles are providing $3 off of their pizza. And so we'd like you to keep that around in the kitchen, read it, and then go out and take advantage of what we have there by the merchants.
John, it sounds like you have a wonderful plan. And thank you so much for coming and joining us on
Thank you. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Again, this is John Dykman. He is the chair of the Citizens Committee for the Richland Bond. I'm Dana Cowley. You're watching Charter Local Edition Northwest, and this is our special report on the Richland School Bond.